what's good? It's your boy, Wallace Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? It's your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell. Anytime I post a new content. Yes, I have my glasses on, but usually when I have my glasses on, it's because I'm trying to actually really confirm what I'm looking at. Is it real or is it nothing but another great big pile of bullshit? For those of y'all that actually really celebrate Easter, y'all know this is Good Friday, so-called Good Friday. But if you know anything, put it like this: if you truly read that Bible, like y'all say y'all do, just know that April 4th, which is tomorrow, is day one of the 10 plagues that actually really came over the land of Egypt. I already talked about this earlier, right? But me and the wife, I had to go pick up Sweet, and then it was just that.
Happy Easter, everybody.
This is, how, everybody always holler about that they got control of shit. But, and to be perfectly honest, y'all, I really this wasn't my intention. I mean, because, we in here cooking dinner, which is a combination. This is how married folks act. We cook, we clean, we do all that lot of stuff. But I actually really want to listen to some comedy sketches, and I was listening to Rudy Ray Moore, rest in peace, Rudy Ray Moore, aka Dolomite. So I was listening to him while I was actually really seasoning up food. And then, it'd be a lot of times where that we know what you have a pretty good idea of what your intent is. But sometimes it actually really take you somewhere else. And for those y'all that truly know me, right? Y'all know how I like to study. I mean, I don't study like how I'm supposed to. But when I do study, it's like no other. And so basically what I'm about to show y'all right now is probably the two most important videos as far as I'm concerned. As far as like how I live life. Right? So if you don't mind, I would like to share these two videos with y'all. Both of them, because I'm a Star Trek fan. I'm more original series than the Next Generation. But I got to tell you, this first one that I'm going to show y'all, I was feeling good just like how I am now. And I'm going to feel a hell of a lot better before the night is over with. But I really want y'all to listen to what is being said here. And then really look at what's going on in the world today. Because these youngsters today, they say MK Ultra don't exist no more, but I beg to differ. So I want y'all to watch this one. I want y'all to watch this one right there. So here we go.
Spock, you've got something?
A fact, Captain. Physical laws simply cannot be ignored. Existence cannot be without them.
What do you mean, Spock?
I mean, Doctor, that we are faced with a staggering contradiction. The tranquilizer you created should have been effective.
It would have been effective anywhere else.
Exactly. Doctor, in your opinion, what killed Mr. Chekhov?
A piece of lead in his body.
Wrong. His mind killed him.
Right there, people. Right there. You know, now, great fact, I'm not going to say too much on this, but that right there, that's important point number one in this particular video. Now, I want y'all to actually really pay attention to what Mr. Spock has to say.
Come on, Spock. If you've got the answer, tell us.
Physical reality is consistent with universal laws. Where the laws do not operate, there is no reality. All of this is unreal.
What do you mean unreal? I examined Chekhov. He's dead.
But you made your examination under conditions which we cannot trust. We judge reality by the response of our senses. Once we are convinced of the reality of a given situation, we abide by its rules. We judge the bullets to be solid, the guns to be real. Therefore, they can kill.
Chekhov is dead because he believed the bullets would kill him.
He may indeed be dead. We do not know.
But we do know that the Melkotians created the situation. If we do not allow ourselves to believe that the bullets are real, they cannot kill us.
Exactly. I know the bullets are unreal. Therefore, they cannot harm me.
We must all be as certain as you are, Mr. Spock, if we're to save our lives.
Precisely.
That's not possible. There'd always be some doubt.
The smallest doubt would be enough to kill you.
Right there, people. Right there, people. It don't get no better than that right there. I want to say that was like the second season of Star Trek. You know, and for the most part, it's one of my favorite episodes because hypnosis, MK Ultra, whatever it is that you actually really want to call it. And for the most part, oh my God, I was afraid that this shit was gonna happen, but I'm glad that it did. I'm glad that it's happening because I don't want y'all to actually really just look at the crazy uncle as whether you want to call me a drunk or loudmouth, whatever that you actually how y'all look at me. I know that's my persona. Right? But just know that even how I hold on. Even with how I view things. And for the most part, right, if you actually really cut out stupid motherfucker this, ignorant bitch that, sorry son bitch that, you know, the other, what I usually say, right, is because I actually really feel like that most people on the same sheet of music. And over the course of time, I realized that everybody is not on the same sheet of music. Whether it's because that you don't know or you do know and you care not to actually really jump on that. You actually really care not to jump on that. It's almost like, okay, well, you feel like, long as it's not bothering you to such a degree, that for the most part, you're not going to say that. So this next clip is another one of my favorite clips. And for the most part, when I was in the Army, I actually already played this clip because I was the EO representative. And it is just for the simple fact that for everybody that actually has put on a uniform and served this country, with honor, dignity, and respect. And I had a lot of people like that. Shout out to Brian Braswell, Kareem Ziegler, Jasmine D. Berry, Jennifer Lopez, Lonnie Kester, Ralph Blue, Andrew Wilson, aka Goldie. The list can go on and on. These were the true people that Yahweh actually really put in my path. Say, hey, guess what? You finna learn from all these people. So I want y'all to really pay attention to this one. And tell me if this same shit is not happening today. I always tell y'all, everybody has always heard history repeats itself. This was in 1976. Let's go.
Edward George Ruddy died today. Edward George Ruddy was the chairman of the board of the Union Broadcasting Systems, and he died at 11 o'clock this morning of a heart condition, and woe is us. We're in a lot of trouble. So, a rich little man with white hair died. What has that got to do with the price of rice, right? And why is that woe to us? Because you people and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now. Because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers.
Now, what he's saying is true. But I have a problem with you don't read books. You don't read newspapers. Because this is how they get you. A lie. Put it like this. When you really want to tell a lie, you want to make sure that all parts are covered. Fuck this. I'm keeping on. I'm trying to get used to it. But the thing about it is this. When the powers that be or the powers that shouldn't be, right? When they tell a lie, they have to make sure that they're covered on all spectrums, right? Now, this was 1976. Now, a lot of y'all will sit up here and holler about that social media didn't happen until another 14 years later. Well, what the fuck y'all think this is? This is social media right here, people. Newspaper, books, the United States Postal Service. Back in the day, you get a letter in the mail. Says light bill, water bill, gas bill, pay rent. That's social media. Because how else are they going to tell you? They ain't got your number. Well, they do have your number. And they will call you when you ain't paid. All of this is social media. Social media has been around for every day, people. But for a lot of y'all, when the 1990s came about, and when the internet came into play, y'all thought that there was social media. Listen, I'm gonna explain something to y'all, right? The internet, the so-called internet, has been around so goddamn long till it's ridiculous. Y'all don't know that. And it's quite obvious y'all don't know that because they had computers way back then. They had the internet way back then. They had to test it out and make sure that once they released it to the general public, that we can track y'all. How come is it every time when you go, why the fuck y'all think Congress was fighting Google not too long ago? Because it's just for the simple fact that these motherfuckers, they can hear you through the television, through the computer, through your phone. You can be thinking about some shit and then you type it up and then what the fuck Google does. They already know what the fuck you gonna say. And you're like, oh shit, there it is. So that it goes to tell you right there that social media, so-called social media, has been around longer than what anybody can actually really imagine. Same thing with cell phones, car phones. Y'all really think that a lot of that, y'all think that shit was brand, that shit been around forever and a day. It's just the powers that be or the powers that shouldn't be. They got to test it out first. And then once they feel like they good with it, and then they know how to tap in and out when they need to, then they release it to the general public. Y'all didn't know that. Or y'all act like y'all don't know it. Going off of books, going off of television, going off of newspaper, going off of radio. This is how these motherfuckers keep y'all occupied. Everything that goes on, put like this. If the news people catch it, 9 times out of 10 it ain't real. Just like with the video that I showed that we talked about earlier with Chris Brown, with that woman, so-called married woman. That bitch ain't married. That bitch is not married because, like I say, a true woman wouldn't do that. But guess what? The internet caught it. Or what y'all call social media. And y'all took it and run. Y'all took it and ran with it. And I'm about, I could be like, I'm almost ready to bet my last piece of money that them two really ain't married. That was a motherfucking setup. Plain and simple. And so you almost got to ask yourself, okay, well, how much is Chris Brown is going to get out of that? Once y'all actually really see this shit for what it really is. And then what did Chuck D and them say back in the day? Don't believe the hype, people.
Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. And that's why woe is us that Edward George Ruddy died.
Okay, Dad. Now, this last election, Trump versus Kamala over her face Harris, right? Y'all knew that was fucked up. She didn't have time to prepare, right? Not to say that I would actually really vote for her, but she didn't have enough time to prepare. And then like, say this. And then when the teleprompter went out, she was lost because she didn't have enough time to prepare, right? Now, regardless of how y'all feel about what the fuck I'm about to say next, and I've said this many times, when Trump won in 2016, they weren't ready for Trump. Trump won on his own money, or depending on who the fuck you talk to. That's why Trump was book wild. Trump said, you ain't finna say shit to me. I'm running on my own money. And then when Joe Biden came in, it was awfully close. But you almost got to actually stop and think about it. You already knew that these motherfuckers were going to bring Trump back. So they faked Joe Biden being delusional. He couldn't do it no more. And so they hurried up and put Kamala Harris in there. And Trump won. Because regardless, yes, he was out of control. Well, a lot of the stuff that he did, they actually really liked. They liked the fact that he was doing this. They didn't like the fact that he was actually really calling out the media or so-called social media. Once again, just like I said, social media been around forever and a day, people. Social media been around since Adam and Eve, if not earlier. If you really want to know, I mean, come on now, let's be real about this shit here. And then if you actually just stop and look at it for a minute, right? Before television, what happened? Before radio and television, what happened? You had to listen to the shit on the radio. And then when television come about, then they made shit a little bit better. And then look at how you used to turn on the TV versus how you turn on the TV now. It's technology. Some people say it's technology. No, the fuck it ain't. It is not technology. It's just making us, regardless of what country you're in, makes us a hell of a lot lazier than what the fuck we was a few years prior. Go look at your car. Look at how it was back in the 1970s. You had to actually really reach and turn the knob to either change the channel or turn up the volume. Now that shit is on your motherfucking steering wheel. The same thing with television. You had to actually really get up and turn off the TV. Now you can do that shit with a remote. And then to actually really, really stop and look at it, the more that technology increases, the dumber we get. Prime example, Family Feud, back in the 70s, when the big money round came around, how many seconds did you have? How many seconds did the first person have? 15 seconds. The second person had 20 seconds. Look at this shit now. It's the went from 15 to 20, right? Now it's from 20 to 25. But y'all want to holler this progress? This so-called AI that y'all call. What the fuck you think we are? We are AI. We are the original AI. Because you cannot make me believe that 2 + 2 = 4 any goddamn day of the week. Is it a plus sign or is it a lowercase t? Same thing with 2 times. Same with 2 times 2, right? Is it an X or is it an unknown factor? I go on and on with this. Right? But if y'all don't catch it, this was 1976. Hold on. I'm gonna let this shit play out.
This company is now in the hands of CCA, the Communication Corporation of America. There's a new chairman of the board, a man called Frank Hackett, sitting in Mr. Ruddy's office on the 20th floor. And when the 12th largest company in the world controls the most awesome goddamn propaganda force in the whole godless world, who knows what shit will be peddled for truth on this network? So you listen to me. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We're in the boredom-killing business. So if you want the truth, go to God. Go to your gurus. Go to yourself. Because that's the only place you're ever going to find any real truth. But man, you're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you that Kojak always gets the killer and that nobody ever gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And no matter how much trouble the hero is in, don't worry, just look at your watch. At the end of the hour, he's going to win. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear.
Now, so here's the deal, people. Here's the deal, people. Right? He said, go to God. God is a title, people, which is something else that has been burned in y'all's head. God is a title. Lord is a title. Well, what they say over there in 1 Corinthians 8:5, they are Lord's many and they are God's many. But each God must have a name, and each Lord must have a name. Landlord. Okay? For those y'all on rent, who is your landlord's name? Right? See how this shit go? What Lord are you talking about? And that shit what I saw on TikTok the other day is like, well, that Neil deGrasse Tyson guy, right? So he's like, okay, which Lord are you talking about, dumb motherfucker? There's only one. And just know that that one controls all. Controls all. Why do you think that they call Yahshua the Messiah the King of all kings? He knew that, or he knows that, but it's just for the simple fact he knew he had to say that, because if he would have said anything different, he would have lost all status. Whatever status that he ever had, he would have lost it. So again, what he say? We'll tell you any type of shit you want to hear. Right? And just know that Jesus is not the true name. You know, it's a good thing that even though this is not Good Friday, this is what they want y'all to believe. Because they tell y'all on television. Let's finish this out.
We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. But you people sit there day after day, night after night, all ages, colors, creeds. We're all you know. You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion. So turn off your television sets. Turn them off now. Turn them off right now. Turn them off and leave them off. Turn them off right in the middle of the sentence I'm speaking to you now. Turn them off.
Okay. So again, So again, this is what the fuck we talking about here. Right? What do you say? You dress your tube, you dress your kid, you dress your cute, you dress your kids like the tube. Tell me, how many of y'all remember this commercial? Hold on. How many of y'all remember this commercial? This is a prime example. Right here, y'all. Hold on. And just know I fall victim to this one.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. You got to see that's how I dream to be.
I dream I move,
I dream I groove.
like Mike. If I could be like Mike,
Oh, if I could be like Mike.
Like Mike. If I could be like Mike.
Be like Mike.
Be like Mike. Be like
Yeah, I try. Just need to fly.
Just one day if I could be that way.
Like this, if YouTube want to copyright me, goddamn it, let them copyright me on this one. But I'm actually really trying to prove a point here.
Dream I move, dream I groove.
Like Mike. If I could be like Mike. I'm gonna be like Mike. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike. Be like Mike.
Okay, so again, I grew up on Michael Jordan. And to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't watched a basketball game since Michael Jordan retired. So I fell into this. I fell into that. Yeah. Well, watch what happens when that shit really doesn't happen to you. The final clip that I'm going to show y'all. Again, this is Star Trek: The Next Generation. Captain Picard. And if you actually really know what the fuck this episode is, then guess what? Go watch it. Because it's just for the simple fact that Picard actually really died in this. And he made a deal on who he thought was the Heavenly Father himself. So, but I'm going to let all this shit play. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I gave you something most mortals never experience, a second chance at life. And now all you can do is complain?
Now, see, this is what happens when you're actually really not true to yourself. When you actually really try to find that way out. I actually really used this in one of my, because when I was in the Army, I wore a lot of hats. I was the EO rep. I was the motherfucking RSUP NCO. And in some areas, I was like the motherfucking master fitness guy. I wore a lot of hats. You know, Tucson, you name it, I did it. But I actually really played this clip as far as like being a master resiliency person. So y'all already heard this. I'm gonna let this play.
I can't live out my days as that person. That man is bereft of passion and imagination.
See there? See what happens? See what happens? A lot of people, a lot of these so-called celebrities that at one point that I actually really looked up to, and what a lot of y'all are probably gonna actually really look up to now. A lot of y'all actually really look at Nicki Minaj, y'all look at Cardi B, y'all look at doggone Megan Thee Stallion, and anybody else for that matter. Even some of the old school cats. All these motherfuckers are in the industry. Whether they want to be in the industry or they don't want to be in the industry. Just know that they're in the industry. And they actually really said something, did something that actually really make you want to follow them. Chuck D, Public Enemy, right? If you actually really go back and listen to all of his tracks, it's how he sounds. You know, it's just like Chuck D got that voice. A lot of it, if not all of it, he's speaking the truth. And you know, it was just, you know, I ain't trying to clown him, but I'm just trying to tell y'all. These are the people that y'all follow, or we follow. Let's go.
That is not who I am.
Au contraire, he's the person you wanted to be.
Damn, you hear that? Right there.
One who was less arrogant and undisciplined in his youth. One who was less like me. The Jean-Luc Picard you wanted to be, the one who did not fight the Nausicaan, had quite a different career from the one you remember. That Picard never had a brush with death, never came face to face with his own mortality, never realized how fragile life is or how important each moment must be. So his life never came into focus. He drifted through much of his career with no plan or agenda, going from one assignment to the next, never seizing the opportunities that presented themselves. He never led the away team on Milica 3 to save the ambassador, or take charge of the Stargazer's bridge when its captain was killed, and no one ever offered him a command.
Now, I had to stop this for several reasons, because again, I don't know, maybe because I have so many, I don't have a lot of subscribers, right? But I actually really respect the fact. But here's the deal. With this particular clip right here, right? Some people will look at this and then, because everybody catches shit differently. And so basically what happens, everybody don't catch it at the same time. And I hate to actually really bring this up, but it's almost like what that comedian Michael Collier said at one time, right? And he actually really did it as a joke. He said, I'm gonna tell y'all a joke. And there's some of y'all gonna get it right away. Some of y'all, it's gonna take you a couple of seconds. And then the rest of y'all ain't gonna get the shit to next Tuesday. Yes, you can watch this all doggone day long. You can rewind it, you can do whatever. But if it ain't meant for you to get it until next Tuesday, then goddamn it, you might want to need to wait until next Tuesday. Never be impatient. Never be impatient. You will get it. And to be perfectly honest, with you, if it's something, if a piece of if valuable information was to come my way, let me be that next Tuesday, motherfucker. Because what did Al Pacino say in Devil's Advocate? Vanity is my greatest sin. Y'all need to pay attention.
He learned to play it safe. And he never, ever got noticed by anyone.
You're right, Q.
But here's the deal. As the crazy uncle, y'all know how I do my channel. I might say bitch, nigga. I don't give a damn. I say what I want to say when I want to say it. Right? And then whether or not, I'm not going to sit up here and say that whether it's StreamYard's, YouTube, I don't know what the fuck it is, right? But the thing about it is this. I don't know. Maybe I am calling y'all stupid motherfucker too many times. But I look at it like this. Out of the 115 subscribers that I got, one left and then one come back. I don't know if it's the same one or a different one. But in either case, it's quite obvious. Y'all like the fact that I say you ignorant son of a bitch or you stupid motherfucker, you and all that kind of stuff. But then once you come across once you come into the family, just know I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about everybody else that's not subscribed to my channel. Because the crazy uncle actually really gonna tell you where the fuck is at. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. Just like what they did with the first one. Let's go.
You gave me the chance to change, and I took the opportunity. But I admit now, it was a mistake.
Again, never change who the fuck you are. Stay true to yourself. Eventually, it'll happen. Stand fast. Stay ready. The blessings will come. And then when they do come, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to do with them. Let's go.
Are you asking me for something, Jean-Luc?
Give me a chance to put things back the way they were before.
Before you died in sickbay. Is that what you want?
I would rather die as the man I was than live the life I just saw.
Powerful shit, people. Powerful shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go.
You. End this. Moi? What makes you think I'm either inclined or capable to terminate this encounter?
If we all die here, now, you will not be able to gloat. You wanted to frighten us. We're frightened. You wanted to show us that we were inadequate. For the moment, I grant that. You wanted me to say, I need you. I need you!
Now, at this point of the junction, if you look at government, whether it's here in the United States or just the world in general, some actually really ruled by fear. I'm not actually really saying who does that or who don't do it, but I just think like as a whole, if you look at the world and its leaders, regardless of the country, a lot of them rule by fear. They want you to be scared, right? They want you to be like, hey, I need you. It's almost like, okay, they want you to bow down to them. But then turn around and then listen to this.
Position?
070, Mark 63, sir. Back where we started.
That was a difficult admission. Another man would have been humiliated to say those words. Another man would have rather died than asked for help.
I understand what you've done here, Q. But I think the lesson could have been learned without the loss of 18 members of my crew.
If you can't take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed.
Okay, so again, when you serve 21 years United States Army, I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you that I've seen combat, but I haven't seen combat as if I was an 11 Bravo like how my dad was. Or anybody that's in artillery. Anybody that's closer up to the enemy than what I can actually really ever imagine. Not to say that I wasn't gonna be ready. Because I was like, okay, I was always ready. Right? The only thing that I was worried about, okay, could I get this shit out of my motherfucking pack good enough? Take the fucking tape off. Yes, they did that to us. Put the cartridge in, lock and load, and then start putting motherfucking rounds down range. It's always that risk. especially when you put on a uniform, regardless of branch. And the only reason why I do it is because, for the most part, you can actually really love this country with each and every goddamn thing that you have. But then again, right? You know, you almost got to actually really stop and ask yourself, okay, who's really going to actually really value from this more than anything else? And I'm not actually asking these questions because Trump is in office. I would have asked the exact same question when Biden is in office, when Obama was in office. I'm always asked the same question. Now, you actually really want to go out and sell your country, go did, hey, by all means, do so. I'm not telling you to draw back. I'm not telling you to draw down. But truly know what the fuck you get into before you get into it. Plain and simple. Let's go.
Not safe out here. It's wondrous, with treasures to satiate desires both subtle and gross. But it's not for the timid.
Okay, now, this one, if it was any lesson that I learned from Star Trek, whether it was the original series or the Next Generation, what I'm about to play right here, right, is top notch. It's what I live by today. And quiet as it's kept, it's what everybody lives by today. I will stop it from time to time, but I really want y'all to pay attention to what is being said here. Okay, I gotta set it up. So this is the scene from the very last episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's called All Good Things, and so it's a two-part. So again, for those of y'all that have watched for those of y'all that are Trekkers, right? You really gotta watch this one. I watch it all the time, and then sometimes I can catch it and I can miss it. And for the first time, for a couple of times that I miss it, after I done watched it previously, then I always like, okay, motherfucker, you weren't paying attention. So just listen to this. Just listen to this, and I'll get my final thoughts.
The Continuum didn't think you had it in you, Jean-Luc. But I knew you did.
You're saying that it worked? We collapsed the anomaly.
Is that all this meant to you? Just another spatial anomaly, just another day at the office?
Did it work?
Well, you're here, aren't you? You're talking to me, aren't you?
What about my crew?
The anomaly, my ship, my crew. I suppose you're worried about your fish, too. If it puts your mind at ease, you've saved humanity once again.
Thank you.
For what?
You had a hand in helping me get out of this.
I was the one that got you into it.
Now, depending on how you look at this, always remember the story of Job. Job had everything. But what did Lucifer do? He's only praising you because of what you have given him. Take all that away and see what happens. But what did Job do, people? Job stood, he was steadfast. He knew that it was a test. Now I already know what a lot of y'all was saying. Oh, so you compared him? Look. Sometimes you got to look at shit at a lower level to understand the higher level. That's all what I'm saying right here. Let's go.
A directive from the continuum. The part about the helping hand, though, was my idea.
And so again, there it is right there, y'all. Yahweh will put you in shit. And then what'd he do? He would give you clues to get out of it. A lot of y'all don't understand that. You never will. That's why y'all keep singing them bullshit ass choir songs. Jesus is gonna work it out. Okay, oh we really. That don't mean stop doing what the fuck you doing. Do what you do. Yahweh always gonna help you out. Let's let it finish.
I sincerely hope that this is the last time that I find myself here.
You just don't get it, do you, Jean-Luc? The trial never ends. We wanted to see if you had the ability to expand your mind and your horizons. And for one brief moment, you did.
When I realized the paradox.
Exactly. For that one fraction of a second, you were open to options you had never considered. That is the exploration that awaits you. Not mapping stars and studying nebula, but charting the unknown possibilities of existence.
Q, what is it that you're trying to tell me?
After all of that, Bakar still didn't catch it. Now watch this.
You'll find out. In any case, I'll be watching. And if you're very lucky, I'll drop by to say hello from time to time. See you out there.
Last thoughts, if indeed that's what you want to call it, right? For those of y'all that actually really been watching me for a while, y'all know how I do things. I drink while I'm doing the show. Very seldom you gonna actually really see me where I'm not drinking something. Well, see, and I'm not going to do any type of comparison. I mean, I could. But, for the most part, I know that this shit ain't going to get too far. So for the most part, I probably could and actually really get away with it. But for those that I know that's going to actually really watch this for sure, a lot of y'all gonna say, yep, that's the crazy uncle. That's just how I look at things. And even for the people that I grew up with on the corner of Maple and Maryland. But to be perfectly honest, I really don't think that they even saw this coming. And then even the people that I served with, they didn't see it coming either. But all what I'm trying to say is this. And how ironic, that what the fuck I'm about to tell y'all, like, I'm gonna actually really start doing better by myself or towards other people. There's a lot of homeless people out there. I mean, I regret the fact it's hard to tell from a person that acts like is really in need versus somebody that's actually ready to pull the scam over you, try to pull the wool over your eyes. I really don't know. I mean, but my whole deal is this. And I know a lot of people will tell you this. In your travels, and because they're always going to be in the corner somewhere. If you have that feeling to give, then give. Because I'll tell you how Yahweh gonna look at it. Yahweh gonna look at it like, yeah, you gave, but how did you feel about it? Was it sincere? And so for the most part, right, I don't give. I don't give a whole lot of times. But when I have that feel to give, I give. And sometimes it's rather generous. So don't be forceful in giving, whether it's money or actual true knowledge. True knowledge. Because everybody ain't trying to hear it. Right? Always, when you have that feeling, then you better preach. You better give. Then, like I say, whether it's money or whether it's knowledge. Me personally, I would want the knowledge over money. Because the knowledge that you give me, I go out there and get that money. But then again, August 15, 1971, what the fuck happened? We still got to play the game, people. Until this shit actually already get like how it need to be, we got to play the game. Because they still playing it. The powers that be, or the powers that should be, whatever the fuck that you actually really want to call them, they got to play it in order for us to play it. Give when you, put it like this. Crazy Uncle, listen, the Crazy Uncle, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you, give when you can. No, give it when you sincerely feel it. Don't do it because of pressure. Do it because at that particular point in your life is what the hell you want to do. And then once you do give, regardless if it's money or knowledge, whenever that transaction happens, once it's over with, you know that you did a damn good job. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross street, round the corner, Paulus Harris. Okay, not so crazy uncle on this one. And I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all have a good weekend.